So this is the last question on the review sheet. It is question number 8. If the difference 7x squared minus 2x plus 1 minus x squared plus 3x minus 9 is multiplied by 1/3 x squared, apologies, it did not carry over in this format, express the result in standard form. So there's two jobs we have to do. We have to find a difference, which is a subtraction problem, and we also have to do some multiplication, find a product. The key here is to understand that we are multiplying the difference. So difference is not only a word that indicates subtraction, but it also indicates the result of a subtraction problem. So we're going to start by finding that result, and we're going to work out our subtraction problem. So our subtraction problem is going to be what we have above. Remember that when you're doing a subtraction problem, the first polynomial is going to remain the same. So essentially I just recopied those terms but did not change anything about their signs. The next piece is distributing the negative. So that negative that came before x squared plus 3x minus 9 is going to influence each of those terms in the way that it would if you multiplied each term by -1. So the result is going to be a negative x squared, a negative 3x, and a positive 9. Once we've distributed the negative and all terms have been generated, we can now combine those that are like. So we'll start with 7x squared and negative 1x squared. That's going to give us the result of 6x squared. The next thing we're going to do is the negative 2x and the negative 3x. That's going to be a negative 5x. And lastly, we have a positive 1 and a positive 9, and that's where we're going to get a positive 10. So that is our difference, our result, after we subtract those two trinomials that we were given. The next step is to now understand that we are multiplying our difference, our result, by this monomial expression. To do so, we're going to need the distributive property. Since it is a monomial expression, we do not need an area model per se. We simply need distributive property the way we know it, which is to put our monomial in front of our difference and put our difference into parentheses so that we can fairly distribute or multiply this monomial to each of the terms. When I multiply 1/3 times 6, my coefficients, 1/3 of 6 could also be viewed as 1 times 6 over 3 times 1, or 6/3. 6 over 3 is 2, and if you'd like to use a calculator to multiply 1 over 3 times 6, the result will come out to be 2. The variable is the same, so we're going to keep our x, and we're going to add our powers, product rule. So x to the 4th power is what we get. Next distributive is 1/3 x squared times negative 5x. This answer is not going to simplify as nicely as 6 over 3. So 1/3 times negative 5 is going to be negative 5 over 3. Keep the variable x and add the powers. Just to point out very quickly, when you're multiplying 1/3 times negative 5 is or can be considered a numerator with a 1 underneath it. So really you're just doing 1 times negative 5 to obtain the new numerator, 3 times 1 to obtain the new denominator, and simplify by division if you can. Third distributive is 1/3 x squared times 10. So to do this one, same thing, view 10 as a numerator. 1 times 10 is 10. 3 times 1 would be 3, so we get 10/3. Keep the variable, keep the power. 10 doesn't have anything accompanying it, so our x squared is going to come along for this product. Our final answer is 2x to the 4th power minus 5/3 x cubed plus 10/3 x squared. We cannot simplify because none of our terms are considered to be like terms, meaning they have the same variable raised to the same power. We have all different powers. So we're finished.